Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. So it is a Sunday night, right? It's a Sunday night here in the Philippines. And today we're gonna do a market analysis. Papakita ko lang sa inyo kung paano ba ako naghahanda at the start of the week for the next trading week at kung anong-ano yung mga tinitingnan nating levels, and so we know what to watch out for as we go towards the upcoming week, para mas maging successful tayo during our trading journey. Alright? Sabi nga nila, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So ngayon, we're going to plan. So we will not fail. Okay? Alright, so let's start. Apat na market currencies lang yung titingnan natin for today, pero I want to go through some indicators. What are the levels that I'm looking at, time frames that I look at when I analyze the markets, okay? So sarado ang market ngayon. It's a Sunday night here in the Philippines, and tomorrow, Monday at 5 or 6, market's gonna start to open. So you want to see what's the possible market movement as we go along. So, ang unang-unang-una kong tinitingnan guys, bago pa ako magsimula, the first thing I'm going to scan is the news. So, punta lang tayo sa forexfactory.com. This link, I'll put it down in the description box para makita nyo rin if you don't know about it. So, pagpunta niya sa forexfactory.com, punta lang kayo sa news tab right above. Dito, makikita nyo yung mga specific happenings, latest stories, and if you're fun of reading at kayo ay isang fundamental type of trader, sometimes it helps to me specifically, it helps if I read. Not only that it makes me understand what's going on across the market. If it's something I should be worried about, then I do, right? For most, so what I do is I just scan through this. I see China's economic recovery under the threat from fresh coronavirus outbreaks. It's the latest, and upon looking at scanning it, it's not so big of a deal, and then I stop. And then I go to the calendar. So, dito makikita natin yung for this coming week, which is from August 2 to August 8. And what I look at here are the reds. Pwede rin yung i-filter yan para ang lalabas lang is yung orange at yung red, which is the most impacting. So dito kita natin bank holiday sa Canada. Tapos we have a news that's popping in for USD 10 p.m. on August 3. So medyo maraming magaganap this week actually, right? So mostly if you look at it, you have your USD Tuesday, you have your Australian currency. Wednesday, you have your New Zealand dollar, you have your Japanese yen. If I am going to be asked, mga big rates, big newses here, yung mga news, okay. So I think it's good that we've seen this now, kasi that means this week I'm going to create a video to want to watch out for is how to trade news. I'm not a big news trader, pero for the purpose of learning, I'm gonna show you how I trade the news. Okay? So watch out for that. Okay, so kita ko na ang mga mangyayari this week mostly. It's going to affect majority of the markets, except for our euro. Let's go back to our charts. So, after looking at the news, I look at the first currency on my watch list. So I customize this. You can do this in tradingview.com, customizing it. So this is the daily time frame. So ang unang-una kong titingnan na time frame when I do my weekly analysis, what I look at is the monthly view first, right? Tinitingnan ko lang yung monthly view, so I have a general overview of how the market sentiments are, right? So, eto kitang-kita mga kanoypi that We have a level that is very obvious in here. This is a support zone right here. It did break, it broke that level, but it bounced pretty bad or pretty quick. Ayan, tinignan ko lang siyang ganyan. So, I have this marking off this level. Important level to mga kanoypi kasi it's some people they call it pivot. Pivot stands for change, possible change that may occur, right? So, yan. So, nilagyan ko lang ng highlight, mga kanoypi. Ang isa pang bagay dito that I wanted to show you guys is the trend line. Right? So, I'm gonna draw a trend line from this higher high or lower high. I'm gonna draw that will hit this lower high and this lower high. And if you will notice, it's now forming a wedge pattern on the monthly chart, right? It's possible na nung tumama sa trend line ng monthly chart, yung price, and it showed some sellers that it's time to bounce down, right? Kung mapapansin nyo rin dito, mga kanoypi, lalagyan ko lang siya ng mark. Meron tayo ditong maliit na resistance, right? It may have possibly been an influence kung bakit nag-bounce from that trend line. Possibly, pero I would still count on this trend line because the trend line also acts as a dynamic support and resistance, right? So I'll make another video about that as we go along. Pero this time I wanted to show this pattern. So this pattern shows a wedge on a monthly view, right? So tandaan nyo guys ha, the sentiments here as the market bounces through that trend line, ang sentiment ni market niyan ay bababa. Tandaan nyo lang guys ha. Okay? So, pababa. Now, let's move. Malis na tayo sa monthly view, pumunta tayo sa weekly view. Okay? Pababa to ng pababa. Okay? Here, we will be able to find a little bit more meaning to our analysis, right? So, kita natin dito sa weekly view, we still have our trend line over there, but what's more important is we still mark our potential resistance zones. There. Ito lang muna imamark ko, guys. Imamark ko sana itong part na to, pero hindi naman siya ganun ka-significant at the moment. Siguro aabutin pa tayo ng week after the next para maging significant yan in case the price shoots up, right? Okay, so now I'm seeing this on the weekly charts. Dito sa weekly chart, kung mapapansin nyo, mga kanoypi, kung mapapansin nyo lang, di ba, dito tayo, kung magsisimula tayo dito, this is a swing high, it went here, right? So it went down, price went down here at level 1.27232, and then it rose up and it created a lower high, and then it bounced back once again. Bumaba lang siya hanggang dito, right? Bumaba lang siya hanggang doon. At tapos, nag-create siya ng lower low. Pansinin nyo lang, it did that. Pero when it bounced back up, it did not become successful in creating a lower high here on the previous swing high, but it was a lower high when we compare it to the other swing high, right? So, papansinin nyo lang din dito, it's still consistently creating that lower low. So, if makikita natin on this specific trend on a weekly basis, mukhang it's signifying that based on the trend line here, if I mark this one up, kung nasan yung price natin ngayon, Makikita natin dito if we look at historical price function, here it became a previous support, right? Previous support. Here is a battling of prices for previous resistance. Tapos ito is possibly also a previous, ano guys, previous resistance or current resistance for the current week, right? Or for the previous week. At the same time, tumama siya ngayon sa trend line natin, right? So now, from monthly kanina nakita natin, sa weekly may makikita kayong pushback galing dito sa wick na to, pababa. That means there are some sellers that are showing signs that they are recognizing the trend line na ginawa natin that's visible already for the monthly charts, right? So, now that we have this, let's go now to the daily time frame. Right? Pansinin nyo guys, from monthly to day to weekly and then to daily. Okay. So, ito ang itsura ng daily chart natin, right? Hindi naman, sa isang view, makikita nyo na hindi consistent. Wala tayong may establish na trend dito, right? Pero, one thing I wanted to notice here is that the daily chart is recognizing a resistance. It's recognizing a resistance level here. Tapos, this daily chart showed from this resistance level, sobrang lawak ng pagrally ng mga sellers coming from there. Okay? Here's what's interesting. Okay? This is my turning point in this price action. Right here. Now I'm showing a pin bar on a daily chart. Not only that it coincides that it bounced off coming from a resistance level from last Friday, it is also showing that it bounced off from the trend line na ginawa natin that is already visible on the monthly charts. Balik tayo sa monthly chart. Alright. Ayan guys. So, it is showing na it is highly possible that it may show the market sentiment to go down. Right? Mukhang possible na mag-enter si mga sellers. So, what I'm going to do when the market opens is I'm going to place a sell order right below that pin bar. Short. I'm going to short this one out. And I will put my stop loss just right here above that resistance zone. Tapos, may take profit. If this is the daily chart, let's look at some possible levels. So here's a level. Okay. I think I'll put it just right there. Okay. So 1.2. My risk is 1.28. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take that trade by tomorrow, but that's me. Okay, that's me. Trade at your own risk. Risk management is very important. If you have no idea what risk management is, just click the link I'm going to show on the right hand corner of the screen. That shows our previous video on risk management. Okay, so here, ganyan lang gagawin ko. And then I had marked it here as red. And let's wait for the markets to open. Okay, let's go to Euro USD. Okay, Euro USD daily charts. Punta ulit tayo sa monthly chart. Tandaan nyo lang mga kanoypi, the hierarchy is higher time frames going to the lower time frame. Okay. Hindi na ako pumunta sa mga hourly time frame mga kanoypi kasi wala pa naman tayong open markets, right? So ngayon, hanggang daily muna tayo. It's just a market sentiment for the week. Okay. So, ito mga kanoypi, kitang-kita rin that we can establish a trend line here for the monthly view. When you make a trend line, mga kanoypi, ang objective natin is tumama, halos tumama sa lahat ng mga candles. Ayan. Okay, dito lang mga kanoypi, hindi tayo naging successful sa part na to because this part did not create a lower low. But here, if we look at this, there's some resistance or it's a support, right? So lalagyan ko lang ng mga level markings to mga kanoypi para mas klaro. Just the obvious ones. Ayan. Okay. So pag tiningnan ko to, this is also a level. Itong part na to mga kanoypi. Malaking bagay to. Yung pin bar na yan, that is significant because it's the monthly view. Okay. So now, we see this is respected here by this price as a support, right? It was respected as a support. It was tested before as a support level as well. And that's the monthly view, right? If I go to weekly view, wait. So this line, babaguhin ko yung kulay nito kasi it's important. Yan, gawin nating medyo pink. Kitang-kita mga kanoypi, it is once again respected. It did not create a significant bump. Obviously kasi natapos na yung buwan ng Hulyo eh. So this is already going to generate a new bar, right? But it respected that resistance at the same time. We have a confluence here kasi tumama rin siya sa trend line. Euro USD. Let's go to weekly charts. Okay. So, is this a significant pin bar? Hindi siya ganun ka-strong na pin bar mga kanoypi. Right? Hindi siya ganun ka-strong na pin bar when we look at the weekly charts. But here, looking at the weekly charts, nakita natin na nag-rally siya for a while. And then there is this resistance that was broken. Ayan. At nag-rally siya until here. Unfortunately, the monthly view shows that trend line and the price is at the top of that trend line. Let's look at the daily charts. Dito tayo makakapagtingin or makapag-decide if we will be able to set up a trade. Okay. Let's look at this mga kanoypi. Looking at the price action from the daily charts. From my first video, pinag-usapan natin to eh. So, looking at these two bars, right? Looking at these two bars, the market opened right here. And we had so many buyers that still stepped in right above, right? Still stepped in. And then, so the market closed and it opened here, ang naging activity nito, mga kanoypi, is this. The sellers did not step in just yet when the day opened on Friday, right? What it did is it rallied right up above here, and then the sellers had so much power that it pushed the market from there up until the time that it closed. Hanggang dito actually. Pero may mga buyers na medyo pumusumulpot. So, but if you'll see, there's a lot of movements there from the sellers as the market closed ng Friday. Ngayon, tingnan natin. Sige, sabihin natin maraming sellers na dumating. Gaano karaming impact nun? The impact is simple. It's here. 131 pips for that day. Is that big? Yes, it's big. It's big. It shows significant power from the sellers. Okay. So, will I sell this market? Mga kanoypi, I won't. Okay. I will not just yet. Okay. I will wait. Remember, Forex is not just about winning, it's also about gaining or keeping your capital. Okay? So I won't. Siguro mag-iintay ako ng, if I draw a trend line here, I will probably wait until it breaks this monthly trend line pababa bago ako mag-sell. Right? Kasi kita ko naman the price action would signify and tell me to sell it, pero mm, my rules doesn't say I should. Okay? Again, you have to set your own rules before you do that. The other thing you want to look at, guys, is um, you can look at some indicators. Ngayon, I will look at RSI, stochastic RSI. Gusto ko lang makita, mga kanoypi, kung nasaan. Okay, so here, the market is here. Mukhang nag-show siya ng possible overbought signal sa RSI. So, yes, it is in a way telling me, benta mo na, sell ka na, Forex IP. But again, I don't buy based on impulse, right? They have set of rules that I want to see and I want to um, see on the market before I click the trade. Okay? So, pero market sentiment ko dito, mga kanoypi, I think that Euro versus USD is going to fall. Probably just until this level. Alin man ang mauna from this trend line or this level here. Probably up until there. Okay. So if I see that the next day or bukas nakita ko na the market closes um, below this monthly trend line, baka I might sell, right? There's another way to help us decide if there is a trade setup that we can look at. Okay, there is another way. If I go to the 1 hour chart, on a weekly analysis, market analysis, I don't usually look at the hourly charts, but since we're looking at sentiments here. Okay. So, this is the hourly chart, mga kanoypi. Currently, the price ended at structure here. Okay. Makikita natin, mga kanoypi, bumagsak na siya eh. Right? The price, you see this bar right here. The price already went down up to this level. Up to this level right here. Pero, na-push siya ng konti ng mga buyers and still the sellers are still trying to rally down, right? Pero ang gusto kong i-mark dito, mga kanoypi, the one thing I wanted to mark here is a trend line. Right. Sabi kasi nila, it's part of some of the strategies, those that are trend traders, that if the price breaks the trend line, there's a possibility that we have so much sellers that's on the market that will cause the price to drop. A lot of people thinks that the price is so expensive so that they will start to sell. Okay, so this one, uh, so many price actions that signifies there's a possibility of selling. Okay? So many price actions. Pero mga kanoypi, ang concern ko kasi dito is it's currently at structure. The price is currently at structure for the 1 hour time frame. Kasi previously, it's a resistance and it was respected as a resistance, creating a double top. So I don't want to click the trigger here for Euro USD. Pero if you are a swing trader and we look at the daily time frame, kung counter trader ka, it's a possibility that sellers are on board here. Especially if we look at the monthly charts, monthly time frame, the price is at a level, significant level. Okay. Um, so if it was me, I will possibly hit the sell button, pero I have to see price action first, especially on the 1 hour chart. Okay. All right. So guys, if you have questions, just comment down below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you are enjoying this video so far, please share it. Share nyo lang sa mga ka-Forex Noipi natin dyan, especially to those Filipinos um, that is aspiring to learn how to do Forex. Okay? Alright, mga Kanoipi, in the spirit of efficiency, let's do our last currency pair for today. Gusto ko lang ipakita sa inyo AUD-USD. Right? Same drill. Mga Kanoipi, kung napansin nyo, we are looking at the monthly charts first. Right? Okay, so we see the monthly charts. So are we looking at any kind of sentiment here? If we look at the trend, possibly, oh, lahat ng mga USD pairs natin mga naglulugi yan. Yes, kasi the market economy of US with the pandemic looks horrible, horrible. Mukha talagang kaya naglalakihan. So anyways, the monthly charts shows that we are again at a level. The price is currently at previous previous support. Mark natin. Right? So it was respected here as previous support. There was a false breakout here. And again, a respected previous support. And it went as far down here. And then it rallied back up. Right? Pero if we look at an exponential moving average of 200, tingnan lang natin mga kanoipi. Okay, para lang may guarantee tayo kung nasaan ang bigger trend natin for AUD-USD. So the bigger trend is it is going to drop. Our RSI stochastics doesn't show on a monthly view that it is oversold. Okay? So tingnan natin the weekly charts. Alright, this is our weekly chart. Interesting. Kasi mga kanoipi, ang nangyari dito, tinanggal ko lang yung mga drawings. Ayan. The weekly charts shows that the EMA or the exponential moving average, which is again one tip mga kanoipi, is also a dynamic support or resistance. Okay? Nung pag tumatama ang price sa exponential moving averages, we have such levels like 50, 200. Sometimes people use 100 as an EMA um, for a dynamic support or resistance. Okay. So tumama siya dun sa dynamic support and resistance ng 200 EMA. Kaya mukhang nag-bounce, and we're looking at the weekly chart here, right? This weekly chart showed that the market price rallied going down for 88 pips on a weekly basis, right? So, tingnan natin kung magpapatuloy ba. If we look at the daily chart. Alright. Okay. So, this is the daily chart. And can we see it shows an upward trend? Our EMA is also below the price, so it looks that it is significantly showing an upward trend of the market. If we draw a trend line from this swings, makakabuo tayo siguro ng dalawang klaseng trend line dito. This one, and then looking at it's just a single trend line. Ayan. Trend lines are not perfect, mga kanoypi. It's a possibility. But if you get as accurate as you can, the rules are hit as much um, candles as you can when you draw a trend line. Okay. So dito, it's creating a higher high from the previous swing, right? Also, that level on a daily chart, is it showing a significant level? Let's mark it up, mga kanoypi, para makita natin. Right? Saan ba siya nag-bounce? So, nag-bounce doon. Was it a previous level? Let's scroll to the left. Mukhang nagre-range doon sa level na yon. Let's go back. Okay, there it is. Pero sobrang layo na nito, mga kanoypi. It's still 2016, but it's still respected as a significant level for this currency pair. So, anong gagawin natin, mga kanoypi? Punta tayo sa 1-hour chart. That gives us a little bit more understanding what could possibly be happening. Sa 1-hour chart naman, mga kanoypi, dynamic resistance natin, yung 200 EMA, doon naman nagbabounce yung price natin. Right? So, as a trend trader, if we are looking at the 1-hour chart, as a trend trader, this one shows a higher high, right? And it's bouncing off our 200 EMA, right? If we draw a trend line from the swings, we can see that it's bouncing. It's an inner trend line. Ang tawag dyan, it is bouncing. It's created a higher low, higher high. So trend on the hourly chart is obviously trending up, right? On the hourly chart, ganyan ang nangyayari, right? So, ang gagawin natin, mga kanoypi, this is one of the strategies that I do. Our RSI stochastics also shows that the price is oversold. Oversold siya, mga kanoypi. So, ang gagawin natin, mga kanoypi, this is what I do to know if I should initiate the trade, right? 1-hour chart, pupunta ako sa 15-minute chart, right? So, sa 15-minute chart, gagawa ako ng mini trend line. Ayan. Mini trend line lang. Ayan. So, if the price breaks this trend line at the 15-minute chart, that will make me buy the price. right? Um, that's that's what I do. It gives me a much more security if I should buy the currency pair. Okay? All right. Mga Kanoypi, that's what I'm gonna do. Again, if you have questions, please drop a comment below. And if you have any requested videos for me to share, just drop a comment below and I will make sure to fulfill that for you. Okay? So that's all for today, mga Kanoypi. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell and share nyo mga ka-Forex para we that's the only objective we have in this channel, to help out people that are beginners aspiring to be Forex traders and in time become a profitable Forex trader. Tomorrow mga ka-Forex Noipis, baka I might go live, something to watch out for. And when I do a live video, I will probably trade one of the currency pairs that we had analyzed today. GPB USD is the most interesting part, in my opinion. So watch out for that. Okay? Till next time, mga Kanoypi, safe trading and have a great week. Bye for now.